Well, I'm Gullickson with Successful Farming Magazine here at the Tools for the Future tour at Living History Farms in Clive, Iowa. And with me, I have Alex Echols with Ecosystem Service Exchange, and he's going to talk a little bit about how farmers and various entities can work together on topics like drainage and just better conservation management.
Thanks very much. Well, what the meeting that you all are hosting today about is the technology of the future for agriculture. There were two programs that Ecosystem Services Exchange came to talk about with farmers today. First, how they can make more money today by changing how the nutrients and the water that moves through their field is managed to improve the productivity of their land. And second, some of the things that we see on the horizon that may not be in the market today, but long term are going to be some new markets that farmers can sell into. So first, and you see behind me here, what's called a water gate. It's a system that manages water that may be coming out of a tile line. Now, water gate is a technology, it's a new technology that allows us to bury a control structure in a field. The water gate is controlled by another device that might be downstream of it and backs up. These are not built by Ecosystem Services Exchange, but by a company that we partner with to install technologies to hold water in the field. So two reasons this is important. Number one, by managing the water that is discharged from a tile line to hold that water in the field in the summertime when it's needed, rather than letting that tile line run 24/7, you hold the water and the nutrients in the root zone where they're needed for uptake by the crop, or just below the root zone, so that there's moisture and nutrients available for the crop. That's a proven technology today that over the course of 10 years typically adds about 10% to the productivity of an agricultural field in a corn-soybean rotation in this part of the world. Second thing that this technology allows you to do, we think of tile lines as taking the water out of the field. Well, they also can be designed to be a way to put water into the field when you need it, to use for irrigation. Subsurface irrigation has several competitive advantages to conventional irrigation. Number one, you're not pumping water higher and pressurizing it, so the cost of moving the water is much lower. You simply have to move the water up to that high point of your drainage system, put it in, and then it's gravity fed and distributed. You're not pressurizing the water, you're not moving an irrigation system. It's much more water efficient and it's much more energy efficient. Those are technologies that are available today that make farmers money today. We also talked about technologies that are going to make farmers money in 5 years, we think. Things like, what are the goods and services that ag producers produce on their land that aren't commoditized today, but we all depend on? We're dependent on clean air, clean water, abundant wildlife. Those don't come from public lands, those come from private working lands. And if we can encourage the development of markets that actually incentivize an ag producer to increase the water quality coming off of their lands, we think that in the next several years, that will be a new set of products that farmers can sell. In Iowa, we're very fortunate. We have the Iowa Nutrient Policy. It explicitly endorses trading between agriculture and point sources. Agriculture can produce water quality at a much more cost-effective price. We just need to set up the systems to make those markets develop. So that's what we've been here. We've been thrilled to have a chance to talk to ag producers about technology innovations and opportunities to make Iowa farms more economically viable, both in the short term and long term. Thank you.